Welcome back to the channel, everybody, and I've got a bunch of replays of Pekka BoBat that we did in an FC night, and I learned a lot, and hopefully you guys can learn something from the tips that I took away in this video. All right, so first off, I want to cover the attack that I was using, which is the Pekka BoBat. We did a lot of FCs here on stream, so if I go ahead and bring up this log here, you can see all of these FCs. Not all of them were pretty much the Pekka BoBat. There's a lot of mixture of attacks inside of here. We're just trying some different strategies, trying different entries and whatnot. And so I'll bring you guys what I learned in this kind of FC night from the attack. So let me go ahead to the first triple that I got through here. So there's a lot of kind of testing different entries, seeing kind of the value and whatnot in bases. So here is the first base right here of this kind of. I've seen this base before recently. I think One Hive might have actually ran this one recently, but I'm not entirely sure. But what do I do on this base? Well, this is one of the bases that I think is really good that you can do a Pekka BoBat on because of this long wall that's right here. You can walk your queen along this wall pretty easily, right? So it's an easy funnel to set the queen going this way, and then you can break into the town hall. There's a lot of other bases that I'll show you examples where there's no long wall like this that kind of make it like a rectangle shape. It's kind of all zigzag, and it could be difficult. I'll have some examples for that. So what do I do here? Well, I end up dropping the E-Drag in this section, but I also drop the bowlers, and so I do a giant to tank the archer tower, and then bowlers to skip onto that that archer tower right there. So the giant tanks, bowlers get the nice skip damage and take it down. That helps create a funnel. Not only removes this building, but also the archer tower. And so then the E-Drag gets dropped over here with the queen as well. So the queen's going to walk this way. The E-Drag sets the funnel over here and allows the queen to go this way. Then I'm going to drop the Warden, or the Warden right here behind the queen, and it's going to go this way to follow her in. And then here comes a Pekka, and then another Pekka, and then another Pekka, and then the king, and they're all going to get dropped, and they're going to push their way into the base just like that. So the wall wrecker is going to go through here. Then the queen is going to follow in, and you want to try to save, obviously, your queen ability, your Warden ability for as late as possible. And so here's the rage to speed up the healers and start to heal all of this in here. And look at this. I haven't dropped the bowlers yet. Normally what you want to do is you want to drop the bowlers a little later if you can. If there's still some stuff over here up, you have to be careful because the bowlers might go that way, right? And so here is, I'm going to drop the jump leading into the next multi-target inferno. There is an ice golem. There's the Pekka because we are trying to do with the Pekka. So you'll see a Pekka. Probably also you would see an ice golem, a double ice golem baby. So this one only had one ice golem, but it gives you an example. So obviously, if the bowlers are here and they step up, you're going to have to pop the Warden ability because the bowlers will die to the Giga Bomb, right? But if you don't have to pop the Warden ability, which I'll show you in some attacks, then don't, because you want to try to save that Warden ability for deeper inside the base. And so here we go. So here it goes. There is the rage that was used on the queen here. The rage was also used on the town hall. And now they all jump through the back end here. So my queen is pretty much down. She didn't make it through this, but then I dropped the bat spells and then the freeze on that multi up there, which was a nice job because one, the Pekkas also jumped into this section, helped remove the eagle, and then the bats removed that whole top side, that whole top section up there. And then here comes the bats moving around through the base. They're going to go from here to here. The king is going to tank this wizard tower right there as we go through, and then you can just see kind of the bats and then the Pekkas. And look at all these Pekkas that are still up. How many are there? There's like, I think 3 Pekkas that are still up right there moving around the base. So you want to try to use that Warden ability for as late as possible. In that case, I had to use it over the town hall because the bowlers were going to get killed if I did not do that. So this gives you an example of kind of doing the long queen walk and then meeting up into the town hall. So now let me go ahead and bring up an example where I didn't do a long queen walk because it just required a charge directly in. All right, so here's the next base, and this one, there's no really long wall. I mean, you can see that maybe this might be a long wall if you want to try to charge Walker this way. It's not like the previous base. It's kind of a little offset. And so what did I do on here? I wanted to see if I can get a charge going. And so I wanted to see if I can charge directly in. No queen walk, no kind of walking this way, because if I walk this way, healers would have got picked off by that multi-target Inferno. So I drop the E-Drag up top here so it can clear this whole section. I drop a balloon because the Archer Tower is distracted on the E-Drag, so I can pick that off. Then I drop some boulders and then the King, because I want the King to clear all this. Once the King clears this, I can literally just charge, send some Pekkas, send the Queen, Warden, healers right behind, and then I wait with the bowlers, right? So I create a nice funnel over here. I create a nice funnel over here so that then I can drop bowlers straight in. They'll have nowhere else to go if the Town Hall is the only thing remaining, right? So you're going to see the Queen come down, and then I'm going to drop the wall wrecker right in between those buildings. Then there's the healers to keep the Queen up, and then just Pekkas. And then I'm not dropping the boulders just yet. I dropped the giant in there as well, because remember, this only targets kind of the 5 targets there, and so the boulders are delayed. Here comes the ice golem, and then a Pekka in the CC, obviously, since we're doing FCs, and then the Town Hall is down. I don't use the Warden ability, right? I use the Warden ability in later, deeper in the raid. If you can save it for deep in the raid, deep in the base, I drop the first rage there in the charge. You're going to see the next rage come deep in the base, and then the Warden is going to pop his ability, right? So I'm going to make my way through the base. I'm jumping through here. Tons of bowlers making their way into the base here, and then you're going to see the Warden ability as they're all kind of going to spread out, and then there's the Warden. I kind of missed some of these Pekkas down here, but you can see the Warden ability late was a beautiful job getting through here. Here's the Bat Bomb, removing that top side. I dropped the freeze there because I didn't know if the multi might end up targeting onto the bats, but look at these. The bats are moving through. This Inferno is kind of distracted a little bit, but doesn't have too much health, and then the bats are just going to be moving through the bottom side, and everything in the core is gone, so these guys are going to break out and just going to continue to clean up the base, and now it's just a matter of moving through. So you can see how strong this strategy is. There were some times that I did FCs, they're no longer here because we were doing so many of them, that the Queen walked the complete wrong way. I reacted, I adjusted, and still was able to get the triple. It's crazy. This attack can get high percentage 2 stars and 3 stars as well. So let's go and take a look at the next one. You can see a bunch of these FCs that we were doing. So these are kind of the things that I was learning. Here's another base that doesn't have the long wall. That doesn't, you can't really do a long walk. So what did I do? I just did a charge straight into the base, right? So here it is. I dropped the E-Drag down south, and it's going to create a little bit of a funnel down here. I drop a balloon here to remove the mortar, the death of the balloon and the balloon itself. And then you're going to see my Queen. I'm going to try to wait until I get this air defense down before I drop the healer so they don't get picked off by the air defense, because you can see the range there. And I drop a Pekka, the Giant, and the King, and they're going to remove this. And then there are some wizards that are going to reach over the wall and grab that Archer Tower. And here we go. Now's the charge. Here goes the Wall Wrecker. You're going to see the Pekkas come in. You're going to see the boulders be a little bit delayed. So here comes this Pekka around the base. Warden's going to come. And then you're going to see they're going to get locked on. There's some skellies there. The Town Hall is activated. I don't drop the bowlers just yet. I dropped some too because I wanted to make sure that Archer Tower went down. And now comes the mass bowlers. And the rage here was mainly for these healers to keep everything up in the core. And here I was pretty much forced to pop the ability because I didn't want my bowlers to step up and then get killed by that Giga Bomb. And then here's the jump spell. So I have a jump spell leading into the core here. There's a bunch. And then I have another rage, right? So I dropped the deep rage. This is where I would have loved to hit the Warden ability after this tornado trap would have been over, of course. But the bowlers got too close, so I had to pop the ability to save the bowlers, and in they go. The healers are keeping all of this stuff alive. Look at this. All these multis are just raining down on the troops in the core, but then I dropped the Bat Bomb over here because it seems like the troops are going here, so a lot of this is reactional, right? And so then I dropped the freeze because this multi is no longer distracted on the core, but these multis here are distracted on these troops, and it can only hit a certain number of troops before it's filled, and then these bats come in and absolutely wreck the multi by the time that it loses all while the troops get out of the range there. So you can see all of these Pekkas up. The bats are removing the whole Tesla farm there, moving through. And look at this. I think there's what? 1, 2, 3 Pekkas, pretty much full health still up in the attack. And then still have the Queen ability. Obviously, if there was a double Ice Golem, you would be frozen for a little bit more. But it is very strong. Obviously, we weren't getting the 3 stars every time, but this is kind of the things that I was learning, is if you can save that Warden ability, not use it over the Town Hall, absolutely do that, and then use it in the core with a Rage. And so let's go ahead and take a look at another example in here, which would be this base right here. And what did I do here? Okay, so this was a little different. The town hall is on the edge. This was not kind of your typical entry. I'll kind of go through this one a little quickly. I do the queen here. I was like, oh, let me just drop the queen and see if I can get her. Get the town hall very easily. Well, the healers were within range, so then I was forced to drop a free spell on the town hall there. Saved the healers, but nothing all too much. And I was like, you know what? What can I do? I'm just gonna switch it up. Put a stone slammer over here, break the wall. E-Drag's gonna clear this section. Drop a jump through here, and then just make my way and push directly into this base. It's a little offset, a little weird, but the king goes down here, and I pop his ability to force the queen and some of these bowlers in the court into the middle, just like this. And then you're going to see the stone slammer come over here, and then I'm going to have my ice golem, Pekka as well. They're going to follow because they're just going to open up the whole wall there. And then I'm going to pop the Warden ability in the middle, which is the best spot to pop it with the bowlers pushing their way through. And then it's just a matter of they're going to walk around the base. I'm not going to drop the bat spell yet because I don't have a free spell anymore, right? So I'll unfortunately, the bats would just get wrecked at this point. So I don't have a choice. All I can do is pretty much wait, right? And so what I decided to do is once this wizard tower is distracted on these troops, then I drop one bat. I don't drop them all. The one bat is essentially to remove this bomb tower since the queen couldn't grab it over this wall. She would have to walk inside here. And then once she grabs that multi, then comes the bat bomb, and it just clears out the rest of the space. So it wasn't all too much into this attack, but you can just see how strong it is. Obviously, we were practicing it a lot, but that is what I'm learning is when you're making a push, let's say I was to clear this side of the base and I was able to clear this side, you're making that direct push in, you're not doing a queen walk. If you somehow can save that Warden ability and not use it over the town hall and use it deeper in the base with a rage, that's when it absolutely shines. That's the best spot, best time to use it. But many times you're forced to use it over the town hall because you'll lose the boulders otherwise. All right, so let's go and take a look at this last one. This was by Hetty coming in, and he also attempted to do the Pekka BoBat, right? So what did he do on this one? So he dropped the giant, created a little bit of a funnel here, removed the archer tower, right? And then he's going to do the queen, and the queen's going to walk this way. So this one, he felt that I hit this base before as well, but he was able to also do it and replicate the hit. And so what is he going to do? Well, the queen's going to start walking this way, and then he's going to drop I believe the E-Drag over here to clear this side. So he's going to have a direct access to this town hall. So here's the E-Drag, going to clear this, a very easy funnel. The E-Drag is not going to get threatened at all, right? The balloon is here to test for some SAM, so the E-Drag doesn't get hit. And then here comes the wall wrecker. Wall wrecker goes in. Pekkas. He's going to wait a little bit. Let's see if he waits on the bowlers. Okay, no. He drops the bowlers right away as well. So this is where I would actually kind of hold up. I would wait before. I wouldn't drop the bowlers yet. Why? Because I want to make sure that this multi is targeting all the Pekkas, the king, the queen, the warden, before I drop the bowlers so that none of the bowlers get hit. Because you can see some of the bowlers are getting hit right here, right? So I believe, yeah, at least one bowler is getting hit there. The wall wrecker was getting hit. You want to be careful, right? You want to make sure. Also, some of these bowlers are going to walk on the outside. I would drop the boulders more like over here so that they have no choice but to walk in. So then you're going to see the first rage spell right over the town hall. There are balloons in the CC. Obviously, it makes it way easier if it's not an ice golem. If it's, let's say, a baby dragon witch, it's perfect. You can get through it really easy because the poison just absolutely shreds through those troops. And then look at this. So he pushes his way through. He did pop over the town hall, but he has that rage for the core, the Pekka, ice golem, and everything in there as well. Bowlers were pushing through. Bowlers weren't able to kind of survive that, right, since the healers weren't under the rage. But here goes the bat bomb right on that multi. Drops the freeze on that wizard tower up there, but the bats are kind of moving through. E-Drag finally goes down over here, and he's just making his push through. The bats don't get the best value, but you can see once this wizard tower is distracted, now the bats can absolutely shred through the base and absolutely get the defenses down. So take a look at this, and it's just a matter of kind of cleaning up here. Pekkas are moving through. Look how many Pekkas are still up. 3 Pekkas, king, wizard, that are going to reach over the wall there. So those wizards were absolutely clutch right there to help clean it up. Ice Golem phrases that, but just moving through the base. So you can kind of see the different attacks with the Pekka BoBat. We did a ton of FCs on stream. If you guys want to kind of participate in FC night, all you guys got to do is make sure you're following my Twitter because I do tweet things like this out. Also join my Discord, which is down below in the descriptions, and I do tag people when I'm doing like FC nights, and a lot of people came over. As you can see, we did a ton of FC, and I also want to thank Zedek for offering his clan here for the FC night, which we did a ton of them. There was 11s in here, there was 12s in here, doing different attack styles. They were not all Pekka BoBat, but there was a lot of things. A majority were Pekka BoBat. I was doing a lot, practicing. I learned a lot. You don't have to do the long queen charge. You can just do the charge straight in as long as you get that funnel set. And if you can not use the Warden ability over the Town Hall, that's a bonus as well. But that's pretty much going to wrap up this video here today. I hope you guys enjoyed it, covering more Town Halls or kind of Town Hall layouts for the Pekka BoBat. And so hopefully this helps you guys kind of learn. And it's just the biggest part of this is the Bat Bomb, trying to get the most value for that Bat Bomb. Obviously, I'm going to keep practicing as I learn. I'll bring it to you guys on this channel. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe down below for the daily content. And let me know what's your favorite part of these videos. Is it kind of me drawing in the screen? Is it seeing war replays? Maybe FCs like this, kind of what I'm learning? Just let me know down in the comments, and I'll be sure to get to those. But anyways, I hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you guys next time. Carbonfin signing out. Peace.